Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. You see, initially I wanted to preach this as a gospel message, regurgitated foolishness. But I see that being a gospel message alone does not give the topic the much deserved coverage that it really has. You see, at first, I want you this year to start work by removing yourself from your emotions. It's the best thing a human being can do. If it means you're going to go and watch horror movies, if it means you're going to go to a morgue, go and visit somebody in the morgue, you need to detach yourself from your emotions. Because your emotions are what those who understand emotions use to rule you. There are many things that separate the rich people from the poor people. One is not being able to see the big picture. A poor man will remain poor no matter what opportunities he's surrounded in because he cannot see the big picture. They are small-minded. They always see within a tunnel. You see, you are not a chameleon or a frog. You have binocular vision. So it is sad that most people see only in a tunnel. They can't see outside, they can't see the full picture. All they just see is what they focus on. And that's one thing that separates the rich people from the poor people. Another thing that separates rich people from poor people is poor people are ruled using emotions and sentiments. Once they wind you up emotionally, they can do literally anything they want to do with you, like this. They just need to wind you up emotionally, that's it. And one of the things I've done for the last 10 years, I was built, normal me, I was built with little emotion. I have less emotion than normal, and I still trained myself. Sometimes Facebook will look at me and say, dude, you are cold. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cold. I do not think with my emotions. Or I try, every human thinks with their emotions at one time or the other. But I try really hard. And if you can do this with me, Google examples of emotions. Happiness, disgust, surprise, satisfaction, adoration, pride, love, anger, sadness, fear, guilt, anxiety, loneliness, boredom. These are emotions. Now, some emotions are more dangerous than others. And before I go into that, I'd like us to pray first. Heavenly Father, Almighty King, I come before you to glorify you. I ask, Father, for the type of wisdom that can steer us in these turbulent waters and direct us, Heavenly King. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. You see, out of all the list of emotions, there are some that are dangerous, and I want you to write them down. Number one, guilt. Very important. And I'll explain to you why this is more important than most other emotions. So let's start with guilt, fear, shame, you have envy, you have frustration, anger, sadness, anxiety, loneliness, disappointment. I think these are the three most important emotions for population control. Guilt, fear, okay, sorry, anger. I didn't add anger. Anger. So, let me tell you how this works. Have you ever been angry before? Manipulation is not an emotion. Manipulation is how they use their emotions to work on you. Have you ever been angry before? I'll give you an example. I was really upset today. I don't like the kids eating on the dining table. I'd rather they eat in their mom's kitchen because they know that their mom is going to shout at them if it's dirty. But because on the dining table they will leave food here, so I don't. But because something was going on, my mom was recording, so they ate. I got there, and exactly why I don't like them eating there is food all over the place. I have no problem with you eating, but when you finish eating, you will not clean. Then the whole house will be a mess. I can't take that. I was livid. As in, you don't understand how angry I was. I was so angry because I wanted to tell them don't eat there, but instead of telling them don't eat there, I said clean the place when you are done. Children, not only did they not clean, they did not even carry their plates. So with that anger, I was supposed to come and preach. I realized I was too angry to preach. I almost started shouting, but I was like, So I took a walk, went to play with my pigeons for like 10 minutes, gisted with my neighbor Lai about the elections, what's going on, chatted to PT for a few minutes, and then I was calm. And by the time I was calm, I now realized that, oh my goodness, I could have shouted and really scattered things. And because two things is, one thing with me is because I don't get to sleep often, and I might lie down in a bed for 4 hours and only get to sleep 1 hour. If you wake me up, I'm going to erupt like a volcano, as in I'm not well. Just don't wake me. I will begin to shout like person we don't mad. Do you understand? So I now calmed down. I now thought about it. Thank God, say, I don't even begin to shout. Say, I don't even begin to vex. So I said, I now thought about it. I'm like, okay, this is my message to the children. From today on, I don't want to see you eating on this table. You guys eat in your kitchen. Shebi, you don't like me shouting. Okay, I will not shout. So that to avoid me shouting, please don't eat here. So message of me where I won't go scatter everywhere, come turn to message of small begging, small warning, small firmness. Because I was able to control that emotion. I'll give you another example. The guy doing my carport. Under my carport, I keep my two cars. That's my convertible and my Mercedes. So I can't see small rust for the carport. I can't call the guy we do one because I literally designed my carport myself. You know, the problem with those carports is they are shaped in a dome. They are very beautiful. But the problem is if it rains, it will pour water into the front of the house. So I now see people doing all sorts of ugly things, like trying to raise another piece of nylon so that the water will not pour in that side. So me, I just design my own way. Not as beautiful as the normal ones, but I can sit under it during the rain and the rain will not pour water on my head. Then also, because I know I have nice cars, I secured it. Normal carport has two sticks standing. Then everything else is hinged on that. I look and say, this thing, make it not go fall for my motor the day where wind blow. So my own carport is sitting on 4 legs, 2 strong legs at the back, 2 weaker legs in front. Then it's being hung by 3 legs to the wall and is braced to the middle of the wall. And then there are 2 wires still holding it down, just in case the rods holding it break. That's how my mother-in-law's carport rusted and fell. Luckily, the car was not under. When I saw it, I now called my carport guy. How much will it take to repair this thing? The guy tell me, say, we go spend this, we go spend this, we go spend this. Because I noticed there was a little bit of rust, needed some painting, there was one whole bar that was rusty. There was the part that was bolted to the wall, rusty. So they needed to weld that and brace it. Then they needed to do the whole front. So I asked the guy, I said, about how much would this cost me? She gave me bill. There's a portion in the Bible that says, do not give a man his labor once before the next day or something like that. I forgot now it goes exactly as in pay for labor immediately. So me, I don't even like to the waste person money. Person we don't pay me money, I don't like to the waste. I don't like to the punish them, especially because I know these people are not particularly hardworking. I mean, not particularly wealthy. Now so I go pay the guy the whole money. The guy collect my money. 1 month later, they call the guy says supposed come meet me, come do the work. 1 month later, they find this guy up and down. There was a day I called him like 25 times, back to back. They cut my call, they do other things. I was so pissed. So I called him one day, and as he picked, I was about to begin lambasting him. The line now cut off. I now continued calling. He now didn't pick. The Spirit of God just came upon me. I don't know. Let me not say the Spirit of God. Let me not sound like a Pentecostal pastor. But the Spirit just came upon me. Say, why must you fight this guy when you have wisdom? That's how I said, oh. So I called the guy like 10 more times. The guy did not pick. Now I send the guy one line. I say, I'm not happy with the way you are doing my work. Now my 2 neighbors both want to construct carports, and they say they like my own who did it for them. If I give you their number, is this how you will do their work? Within 5 minutes, person who I don't call for 1 month, using own credit, call me. Person will no pick my call for 1 month. As I don't whine and small, he just call me by himself. I can't tell and say, I don't follow and fight. I dey vex, I dey boil. I don't follow and fight. I just said, how do you expect me to recommend you? These people really want to do these carports. How do you expect me to recommend you to them when you not do my work? Baba, I'm coming tomorrow. Hey, Baba, I go Ibadan. Hey. Now, so the guy showed the next day. Person I don't define for 1 month. Now, so this guy just showed the very next day. I say, oh, well. The guy just enter my estate. Begin the weld. That day, he weld reach night. He go house. Come back the next day. Finish the whole work to my satisfaction. Leviticus 19:13. God bless you, my sister. He finished the whole work to my satisfaction. It says, do not defraud your neighbor. You shall not steal, and you shall not keep for yourself the wages of a laborer until morning. Exactly as I said it. Thank you very much. No, so the guy finished the whole work. He come tell me, say, that my neighbor won't do this thing. I said, the neighbor just leave. Say, you two no go come early. Say, make him no worry. Say, when he come tomorrow. As I just say, don't do the whole work. Finish. That was 2 weeks ago. Till today, I never pick in call. Till today, I never pick in call. Anger. I for no do this work. He go don't chop my money. Then because he's the one that did the carport, his price will be. If I go and bring somebody from outside, they will just tear me bill. They'll do double. But because me and him done the work together. So look at how anger. Somebody say 1-1. Look at how anger would have messed me up. I was this close. Taste Boss was with me on the bed that day. You know me, my mouth, I for call and cuss am, tell am say, I for shake me for am. But the spirit just calmed me. Say, this guy, they call me, still call me today. I will show you in number. He still call me today. They call me at least twice a day now. Before they call me past like that. Now, see. Carport. The guy, they call me steady. Me no they agree answer in call for 1 minute. So, let me now relate anger to our daily lives. Make una dey hear gist o. People begin vandalize bank. They begin burn bank. Why? Because you don't have naira notes. You begin burn bank, vandalize bank. Guess what? All banks have now shut down now. If you thought you had problem before, now you have problem times 8. Because now, the transaction where you even feel they do before, you know fit do them. And you see, my anger is, I sympathize with poor people, but I must not join them in poverty. And I must not join them in poverty mentality. To be very honest, there are many of us, maybe not more than 2 or 3% of us in Nigeria, that can survive quite well, despite the fact that we don't have 1 naira. Let me tell you one thing with me. Do you know what makes me carry money, cash? My cars. I don't like people scratching my cars. When I go somewhere, I will pay people to watch my car. Now, what they use naira do? I don't. Nothing the way they use cash they buy. Okay, when I won't give organizer, you will not believe it. Even my organizer I get in account number, and now one organizer they do use. It near Cool FM. So if I won't pump my car, the tire I did there, then there are some local organizers not far from my house. If the tire is too low, I just pump it there. But the person where they do my tire, they VI. Let me be very honest with you. Personally, me, Daddy Freeze, my children's school fees, I don't pay it cash. I pay it transfer. If I want order for anything, I just ordered something from one lady. Car wash, it cost about 60k. I don't pay them, she go do them. So I don't need cash. I literally don't need it. Do you know Taste Buds, when she came to Lagos, she used to abuse me for not carrying cash. Because I used to get stuck. I go reach toll gate, I don't get 1 naira. And then I come to beg Taste Buds, say, hey, do you have 200 naira? She come to tell me, say, why don't you hold cash? So because of that, another thing that made me start holding cash was this Lekki toll gate. Because I used to go to Cool FM every day. So I used to have like 10,000 naira into 200, 500. You understand? So once I get there, exact fair lane, I always get 200. So that used to make me hold cash. Since there's no more toll gate, I don't get cash. So what I used to do is I'll just change 10k or 20k and just hold. When for instance I go somewhere, there's no way that the freeze will come somewhere. People, they was called. Make I give you an example. One day, my mom was on her way to the airport, so I was having to go somewhere. So I booked her a lag ride. This last time when she came, so we're just in and blah blah blah. So I parked in because her car her driver was taking too long to come, and I did not want to drive my 2022 motor go airport. Baba no fit shout. Inside where Lagos fit scatter any day, inside that whole Oshodi area. Baba no. So her driver was taking too long to come. So I said, Mommy, there's this thing we use in Lagos, it's called lag ride. The cars are very fine. Oh. My mother said, oh, what's all this? Which car? Her car is called. I said, Mommy, you will miss this flight. She did not want me to drive her to the airport. Said, no, with this your motor, no, just carry and enter that whole Oshodi area. So she was a bit skeptical about lag ride because as far as she's concerned, taxi. The lag ride will come. They never even come out the nylon from the seat. Brand new, beautiful. She took a picture of it, said, this taxi people are having is nice. So she even called her driver to start turning back that she has found a car. So what am I saying? I just stopped in front of a bank. You know, when you are going on Alfred Ruwani, former Kingsway Road in Ikoyi, opposite former Southern Sun. There's a Zenith Bank. So I just turned into that area and waited. That's where we're waiting for her driver, so that he won't have all to come all the way to Lekki or VI. So the lag ride met us there. Do you know that all those guys who surround my motor, I need to dash them because they go just they look, that the freeze, that the freeze, that the freeze. You need to give something. So that's why I hold cash. I don't need it for now. The day I decide to drive my Jalopy and I get 3 Jalopy, I get 1 Kia, I get my wife GAC, I can't get my old Camry. So any day I drive those ones, I now need 0 naira. You understand? I don't need it. It's only when I drive 2022 Benz and I want to park. When I park, I park for 2-car park. I'll come pay the people. You go see the way that they watch my motor. Now when you go see Nigerians, just give them money to do work. They go do the work. Then when I'm going again, I go broker the guy another 1K. So the guy, the day happy. So that's what I do with, to be honest, that's all I do with cash. My recharge card, I buy it online. My phones, I buy them transfer. My traveling ticket, I buy online. There is nothing. Someone said, do you sell my old cars? I hardly sell my, I always have a, let me explain my life to you. I don't like stress. I learned it when I first bought my Range Rover. I used to have my old Camry then. So I wanted to buy the Range Rover and sell the Camry. I used Range Rover for 6 months. I realized, say, you cannot use only this motor, you will bankrupt. Range. I did drive one day for Ajose Adeogun. After rain just fall finish. I just drove through a puddle of water. The whole light just on for the dashboard. It took me 3 months and nearly 1 million naira to switch off the lights. Nothing with they no do. My car just day Range Rover doctor office. Last, they had to change the key, they had to change the ignition, they had to change 1 cable, they had to change 2 ECU. Baba, I spent nearly 1 million and the car was down for like 3 months. That's when I realized that you'll be very, very stupid. Say when they drive Benz, new Benz. Baba, let me tell you something. I won't go queue one day. I carry my Benz. I reach the petrol station. I look them like this. The way that they drive, they use their. I turn back, go park for house. Carry keg, use my Camry, do this, the same thing way that they do. Vroom, 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 vroom. I drag them, reach point, buy fuel inside my keg, drive and come house, pour for my Benz. So what am I saying is, I don't need cash. I don't need, you see, that's the only thing I need cash for in my life is toll gate, vulcanizer, and those people that park my car. That's all I need. There's nothing else I need cash for. And my daughter goes to school, I give her 1K. So there was a time in my, now come here story. There was a time in my house I used to have like 20K in the house. Why? So that if my daughter says she doesn't have money to go to school, I will give her 1K. Or last now taste boss they borrow the whole 12K because they always need cash. Me personally, there are 3 things and now there's no more toll gate, so it's only 2 things: vulcanizer and where I park my car, I dash them money. That's all. Then there's one thing I do: all my neighbors' drivers. You understand? Every now and then I go just give them 2K just to make them happy. That's all I do with cash. Then sometimes when I'm driving in the street, all those beggars for the area, they go run come my motor, and I hate them touching my. Before I used to fight them, you touch my glass like this, I go fight. So I don't notice, say, no need to fight person will touch your glass. Instead, just calm everybody down, give them small money, gist with them, they go. So okay, that's another thing I need cash for. Show not here. Show not here. So, to be very honest, I was even looking for one of the videos of that day I went to drop my mom off. Make I show you the lag ride. Those lag rides, they are very nice cars though. See the lag ride. That I ordered for my mom. Okay, this is where the lag ride was coming. Okay, that's my Mercedes dashboard. See my mom. So that's all I need cash for. Now, Everybody's shouting, no cash, no cash, no. Everybody's getting angry. I'm now coming down, I'm like, come. Before I join these people and go and follow them and burn bank, what do I really need this cash for? Maybe it is to dash people. That's all I do with 90% of what I do with cash is dashing people cash. That's all I do. I swear to you, there's nothing I do that is not done by transfer, down to my recharge card. Someone said this live is sponsored by. No, I'm just telling you. I don't know. Lag right, please come and sponsor my live. Oh, I don't mind. I'm just telling you how good the cars are. So, even that lag right that day, guess what? To airport, it was like 2K4 from Ikoyi. And I still paid with transfer. Because I told my mother, the cash in your hand, hold it. You don't know when you will need cash. Once you land, send me the bill and the guy's account number, I will transfer. Fuel is POS. I can show you my last fuel transaction. I don't buy fuel with cash. So, I'm now sitting down. I'm now seeing them going to bond bank. And I'm now wondering, why are they so angry? You guys are wound up to a point of anger that you go and destroy everything. Then you now realize that that's when life will now be. Then I'm now going to join you in the suffer. Right now, I'm not in the suffer with you because all my transactions are done online. Everything from my income to my paying my staff, everything is done online. As soon safe na transfer. As soon na transfer. No, I've told you there are 3 things I used to do with toll gate. Okay, 4. Toll gate, beggars on the street, dashing people money, and when I park my cars. That's all I do with cash. Okay, for organizer 5. Someone said market women need cash. The problem is they don't. They don't. They are just not ready for change. This thing will happen will have been done seamlessly. Someone said, but let's be considerate about the illiterate. When you refuse to educate yourself, you become a problem. That is why we tell you education is key, information. Prayer is not key, information is key. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the master key. Can you see the results? Let me teach you a new song for 2022. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the master key. Yeshua started with knowledge and ended with knowledge. Knowledge is the master key. The moment you start understanding that how important, bro, let me tell you something here. The limits, there's something I coined one day and I keep saying it and I've jotted it down. Let me look for it. The scope of your understanding is directly proportional to the limits of your exposure. When you don't know. I was watching Ed Sheeran. You know Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is worth $200 million. Ed Sheeran is an A-list musician across the world. Ed Sheeran wanted to buy Patek. Tiffany Dial Patek. The watch cost $53,000. A whole Ed Sheeran paid in 2016. He did not get the watch till 2021. You are now telling me that that watch is not worth more than land. Watch that you will pay them money in. Baba, FP John, they are mad. You will write them an essay on why they should sell the watch to you. As in, forget say you get money. You will still, if Bill Gates won't buy FP John, He will sit down and write them an essay, like say they do jam or WAEC. Dear FP John, this is why I want to own your watch. There was an FP John I was trying to buy in, I think during COVID or just after COVID. It was going for $28,000. Do you know why I didn't buy that watch? My agent could not raise the $28,000 abroad. How much was dollar at that time? Guess how much that same watch is now second hand? $75,000. The cheapest I saw was $71,000 in 3 years. Baba, make I give you this gist. So Ed Sheeran bought this watch that he waited for 5 years. Do you know how much they are selling that watch retail now? Just Google it. Just go to Chrono 24. That's where they sell original watches. Chrono 24. And type Patek Nautilus Tiffany. Just those 3 words. The cheapest is $3.3 million. Watch where Ed Sheeran buy for $53,000. In 5 years, it is worth 3.3, 3.4. Now, so that they quote. Let me tell you a personal story. A very good friend of mine in the UK. He used that watch and a Richard Mille as the down payment. That's the asset base of what his entire company is worth in the UK. Those are the watches he puts down as collateral to borrow money to set up 2 companies. That's what they are holding. That's what the bank is holding. That Tiffany, and that watch is stainless steel. It's not even gold. It's not platinum. It's not white gold. That is the watch because they will value it. It's not like, you see, the difference between us and them is we are dumb. We have no value. We regurgitated the foolishness of our parents. You tell them about this watch. You know what an average idiotic Nigerian will say? Is he going to tell you when Jesus is coming? What's your business when Jesus is coming? Did Christ himself not tell you? Nobody knows the time. Not even the angels, not even the Son of Man. Only God knows. So if nobody knows, what's your business with it? You are so dumb and shallow. Ignorance has held you captive. Ignorance has made you docile. What can you buy in 5 years for $53,000 and sell in 5 years for 3.3 million? For $3 million, let's put the 0.3, let's remove for $3 million. Tell me which business you will do in 5 years that you turn $50,000 into $3 million. Even Yahoo no get that kind of returns. You don't know. Baba, the problem, land core. Which land will you buy for $50,000 and sell in 5 years? Which stupid real estate? $50,000 to $3 million. Where? Land bawu. Don't let them. You see, when I say regurgitating foolishness, you are regurgitating the foolishness of your parents. That's how their minds were behaved. They don't understand. You see, the problem is they have tunnel vision. They can't see the big picture. They just see small little things here and there. Even Bitcoin did not go from $50,000 to maybe Bitcoin at the initial stage between 2000. What is Banana Island? Linda Ikeji bought her house 5 years ago. Has it? She bought her house for $500,000 or 550 million naira. The house today is worth about 2 billion. Meanwhile, dollar between then and now is multiplied by 7. So, as far as I'm concerned, it looks to me like she barely broke even. If you check the dollar value then and the dollar value now. NFTs, yes, maybe. Real estate, core, fake estate, ni. That's what they want you to believe. I'm not saying real estate is not lucrative. I'm saying there's nowhere in Nigeria where you buy a plot of land for $50,000 and sell it for $3 million within a 5-year period. Even in Canada, you cannot do $50,000. When you buy a house for $50,000, you will sell it for maybe $70,000 at best. Say you two do the juju, $100,000. So Canada is now. You think you think that people don't have that sense? So why am I saying this? Because I'm trying to get your mind away from the thoughts that ruined your parents. The lack of knowledge. Every Nigerian prays. 80% of Nigerians to 90% of Nigerians don't have knowledge. So they wind you up. You are happy that they are going to burn the bank without actually realizing that, I don't really need this cash. And even they that are jumping up and down, they shouldn't need. Listen, when you enter public transport, you will need cash. There are some certain things you do that you will need cash. But on the average, a woman that sells tomatoes should be able to do transfer. A woman that sells catfish, because you see that boss now 100 naira, 200 naira, 300 naira, Okada, they no go fit do transfer. I understand. But anything we don't pass 2K, 3K, you supposed to do transfer. So most of us are wound up to anger because we didn't manage our situations well enough. Some people don't even keep their money in the bank. They keep the money at home. Then they say all the money you've been keeping at home is now worthless. You are now rushing to change it. So you are rushing to a bank where you don't have an account and you expect them to change money for you. How? The old way, the old unprofitable way our parents were thinking. Instead of you waking up and realizing that this thing don't make sense, so you will follow your father and your mother. There's one Yoruba proverb that I always used to tell my elders then. I used to call it an ashikpa way, a misproverb. Ja she bo shen she, ja she ba shen she ko ba le ri bo shen ri. Let's do it how we normally do it, so we can get the results we normally get. God forbid. That is stagnation. Because if Henry Ford decided that he was not going to start a car production plant, won't we all still be riding horses like our grandparents rode? If the Wright brothers decided not to invent an airplane, if Bill Gates decided not to hope to put a personal computer in every home, won't we be the way they were in the 70s? That is an insult on evolution and the evolutionary process. So I'm dealing with the first emotion, the first dangerous emotion, and that's an emotion you need to watch out for: anger. Because the cold, those who are unemotional, know how to get you to wind you up in your anger and get you to act like a remote controlled Energizer bunny, jumping and hopping at their control. The second one I want us to talk about today is guilt. And this is where religion comes in. Religion knows how to make you guilty. I need somebody to read Bible for me. Remy, are you here? Remy, are you here? Remy is actually here, but I don't know if she's wearing cloth. I want us to talk about guilt. You see, religion is very good at inducing guilt. Oh, as a Christian, you should have a guilty conscience. You should have a bit of a conscience. But you see, once it gets overblown, it is dangerous. Ada is here. Oh, God bless you, Ada. Go live with Ada blessing. I've sent Remy and I've sent Ada. Whichever one comes first. Ada don't come.
Hello, Daddy Free.
Hello, darling. How are you doing? Put on your ring light. This blue color in your room is like you are doing bad things.
Daddy Free, please let the blue color be.
When I come to see you next, I'm going to look at your recently deleted. Anyway, let's talk about guilt. The Bible has been translated to let us feel that premarital intercourse is bad. Now, does Daddy Free support premarital intercourse? I'm not going to give you a yes or no answer. I'm going to just say it depends on who's having the intercourse. If it is an engaged couple, a couple like me and Ada are dating. Ada has taken me to see her parents. I've made my intentions known to them that I want to marry her. She has come to see my parents. Once in a while, she goes to visit my mom. She helps my mom in the kitchen and does laundry. Once in a while, I go to see their parents. Anytime they are doing party in their family house, I go there. I drop small money. I contribute to whatever they are doing. You will now tell me I cannot sleep with her. You are mad. Where did the Bible say that? Please, I want you people to show me where in the Bible that it said me that I've made my intentions known. Not just to Ada, but to Ada's parents. And and to my parents. Please show me where the Bible says if I sleep with her is fornication. Please, I beg you. We've tried to define this thing so many times, but people still, you enjoy your guilt. Do you know how many relationships have been ruined because you feel guilty having intercourse with the guy you are supposed to get married to because you have allowed a pastor to talk into your head? Please, 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 please. I want us to read some scriptures. Help me, Ada. Because this is very important. Some of you don't know how important this is. This is what they used to do, you people, juju. All right, so please read Exodus chapter 22, verse 16.
Exodus 22:16.
Yeah.
Okay. If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged to anyone and has sex with her, he must pay the customary bride price and marry her.
So hold on. If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged and has intercourse with her, he must pay the customary bride price and marry her. That is all. Do you know how lax this is? Have you ever sat down to read this in context? If a man seduces a virgin who is not married to anyone or who is not engaged to anyone, what happens to if a man seduces a virgin he's engaged to? Show me the crime. If I seduce Ada that is not engaged, Ada, mute. When I'm talking, you have to mute because it cuts me. Is it better now? Is it better now? It will take a while. That's my problem. These people just don't want me to. Let me check. Is it better now? Okay, so if anybody comes on, you have to mute until you are talking. So here's what I'm saying here. Let's examine this scripture very clearly. Bezel boys, how you doing? If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged to anyone and has intercourse with her, he must pay the customary bride price and marry her. That's the penalty. As long as she's not engaged and she is not married, the penalty is he must marry her. Imagine a woman that is engaged to him. If he has intercourse with her, please, what's the sin there? It's not advised. Why is it not advised? Can we be honest with ourselves? Simply because those days there were no contraceptives. And you wouldn't want a guy sleeping with you and getting you pregnant and then not doing the full marriage. One. Two, the bride price, virgins were very pricey. So if you are sleeping with a virgin, you must have paid her bride price. I want us to read, what do you understand by fornication? Ada, before you met me, you can unmute. What do you understand by fornication?
Before I met you,
Yes.
I thought it was when two unmarried people are having sex, or when an unmarried person is having sex.
Let's use the S word. Let's not just let's be careful because of all these people's plenty wahala. So let's talk about this. I just want to talk. I'm not going to do a full teaching on this. I've done this too many times. I'm just going to touch on this a little here and a little there. Please open Matthew chapter 19, verse 9. And I want you to read it in KJV, King James. You don't have King James. Remy, do you have King James?
Yes. Let me see. Yes.
Okay. Matthew 19, 9, King James.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Matthew 19, 9. Read it to me.
What verse?
Matthew 19, verse 9.
Right. 2 seconds, because this one is different. Right, it says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery.
All right,
And
stop. That's all I need. Now, let's remember that the word fornication was only used in the King James Bible. It wasn't used in any other Bible. So, if you believe that fornication is intercourse before marriage, how can the Bible say unless a man can only put his wife away for fornication? A married woman cannot commit fornication.
Yeah.
Because at that answer, what's fornication? Intercourse between two unmarried people. Read that verse again. Remy.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery.
So, okay, it's okay. Yeah. Just that's all. Whosoever putteth away his wife, except for fornication. How can a married woman commit fornication? Do you understand? So there's a lot of confusion about the word fornication. And the word fornication actually means prostitution, from the word porneia. I'll give you an example. Ada, please help me with this. First Corinthians chapter 6. Verse 16.
First Corinthians 6,
16.
Don't realize that your husbands might be saved?
No. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16.
Oh, that's 7. All right, sorry. 6:16.
Yeah.
And don't you realize that if a man joins himself to a prostitute, he becomes one body with her? For the scripture says, the two are united into one.
If a man joins a body with a prostitute, the word there, porneia, is used to describe the prostitution, he becomes one. So if we're trying to define fornication, this was one of the words. Issues with prostitutes. I'll give you another example. First Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 to 5. Read it in King James, Remy. Just start it in King James. 1 Corinthians 5, 1. Remy, you are muted.
Sorry.
It's okay, darling.
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles.
All right, it's okay. Okay, so this is again talking about fornication. So I want Ada to read it in NLT for the context so you guys can understand.
5:1. I can hardly believe the report about the sexual immorality going on among you, something that even pagans don't do. And I am told that a man in your church is living in sin with his stepmother. You are so proud of yourselves, but you should be mourning in sorrow and shame, and you should remove this man from your fellowship.
So this is fornication. A man having intercourse with his stepmother. This is what fornication means. Prostitution is fornication. A man having intercourse with his stepmother, that's fornication. Not an engaged couple wanting to marry, having intercourse. That is not fornication. You are regurgitating the foolishness of your parents and your parents' pastors. That's what they taught you. It is foolishness. But do you see? Let me explain how strong this is. Each time you have intercourse with someone you're not married to, despite the fact that you guys live together or you plan to get married, you feel a certain type of guilt, right? It's happened to you before. You feel a guilt.
Yeah.
That guilt is very destructive because it is a misplaced guilt. You will feel that God is going to punish you. I remember a lady who was living with her boyfriend. They were supposed to get married, and she was returning to Abuja from Lagos, and the plane was in turbulence. Do you know, she prayed to God and told God that she was never going to sleep with that guy again until he marries her, so that maybe God will prevent the plane from crashing. And do you know, this lady did not sleep with this guy again. She refused because she believed it was a sin. You understand? COVID now came. Papa don't fool. As in everywhere congeal, in own don't turn to like powdered milk, sef. You know, you get advanced congeal na powder. Auntie dey her parents' house for Abuja. Baba dey by himself. COVID can't start. New neighbor pack come the block of flats where they stay. Now so him and this neighbor girl. Now so there's Baba lockdown. Do you know during lockdown we're walking around our estates, we're living normally. You understand? You just could not go out. Now you where they stay alone inside house, now you go suffer lockdown. We where they stay estate, we they go around normally. Come be people where they stay block of flats. come watch movie for my house, come watch movie, let me help you, take you to the market, they have 2 children now as I'm talking to you. They just born the last one this January. I even called them, greet them. Baba, it's not that deep. Your pastor that is telling you to avoid fornication, defining fornication as you don't engage. You don't engage. You don't kneel down, buy a ring. You don't propose. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And you record and put for social media. Proposal where you record for social media. The papa know, the mama know. Tell me why you are not sleeping with her. Explain the logic to me. That until they come, that day they are marrying you, are they cutting your hand and cutting her hand and joining the blood? Or what's the magic they are doing that day? It's not that one comedian will come and say, I pronounce you man and wife by the power vested on me. What's the difference? Are they going to tie people together? Are they going to do transfer of blood from one person to the other? What is the magic that happens on that day? Then some people even tell you that until you've done it inside church, you've not even done it. Please, I beg you, there's no such thing as church marriage inside Bible. The church was too busy during the time of Christ to be involving themselves with nonsense things like marriage, where families supposed to sort out. So guilt is a very powerful emotion, a very destructive emotion. And when your guilt is not based on the truth, you will go to hell, you will go to hell, you will go to hell. Let me tell you how churches use guilt to manipulate people. If you don't pay tithe, you go to hell.
Yeah.
You are afraid of hell. That's how you begin to pay tithe. That's how you begin to sow dangerous seed. Sorry, 1 second. I have to take that call. I think it's our Suya. Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. This is Gabriel from Mama, sir.
Okay, where you there, Gabriel?
I'm at your estate, sir.
Okay.
My darling.
Let me send you code.
All right, sir.
So you wear glasses too?
She just started though, her eye nearly blind.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry, let me just send the guy's code. That's my dinner. Oh gosh, what's happening? Oh gosh, what's happening? And I'm sorry guys, sorry for the disturbance. I'm rounding off anyway. So do you guys see how dangerous an emotion like this is? Do you see how dangerous this emotion is? The emotion of guilt. It's called guilt tripping. Like now to say I get naira for like give this guy. So these are some of the things that are used, especially by religious people and by religious leaders, to manipulate their people. The first one is anger. Anger is not really used by religion. It's used more by politicians. They induce hunger, weaponize poverty, create anger, and you destroy yourself. You self-destruct. Then when you mix anger with religion, religion promotes feelings of guilt, feelings of helplessness. You go through what you think is God talking to you. Meanwhile, you don't decrease small, but you never know. Another emotion that is dangerous is shame. And religion uses shame to control. Imagine they found a guy who was sleeping with his wife. You understand? What happened was, it happened in my former church. Very popular guy. I know just one mention in name. He always talk nonsense for Insta blog. You know, get sense like this. Na ekolo guy, ekolo. You understand? Very senseless guy. They very timid. But anyway, so in marry born. They can't realize saying wedding at January. He born pikin in February. Ha. How? Or he married January, born May or something. Obviously, the belle don dey. Now so Pastor Barnum from singing in the choir. Barnum relegate am. Baba, if you know what that thing does to them, oh goodness. Because your pastor validating you is like gold. And that same pastor throwing you away. Baba, you fit drink sniper. So, shame. Yes, Paul said, throw out the guy who was sleeping with his stepmother. But this guy is sleeping with the wife that he has already married now. Even if you must do anything, just call him aside and say, okay, it's not good at what you did though. But to be honest, I will never tell somebody that wants to marry somebody else, and they even now marry her, and they now have the child 3 weeks after they got married. What is the nonsense I'm looking for to prove? What holiness am I trying to prove? What is the holiness that I'm trying to prove? Are they not kuku married? So the last one I want to talk about now is fear. Religion uses fear. Fear of a hellfire that the pastor has never gone to and come back. Fear of God. This thing happened to me before. When I stopped paying tithe, I felt it took me about a year to finally stop paying tithe. To start realizing that I've been stupid all this while, Nisha. I don't they give these people money. I be like they mad. Because they use fear to sell that narrative. And each time you don't give them tithe, you feel like God is gonna punish you, God is gonna hate you. When I stopped going to church, I felt that people were saying, go to church. I now sat down one day and thought about it at home. Who puts church on Sunday? Constantine. There is no biblical history of church holding on Sunday. They used to go to the house of prayer every day. They wanted to pray, they go to the house of prayer. There was nothing special about Sunday. Sunday was the day of worship of the sun god. The Sabbath, where the Jews actually went to the prayer houses, was Saturday, not Sunday. So you will now not go to the church that man came together to agree so that they can gather you and manipulate you for a week. You know, that is in our programming. They send you out for a week. Just before the programming begins to wear out, they will bring you back and program you again. Sorry, hold on. Hello? Okay, let me send somebody to get you.
So you're looking for my trouble.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, Sheifumi.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. Had to sort out the suya. Suya is very important. So, fear is what they use to control you. They make you afraid. If you don't go to church, God will punish you. This will happen, that. Nonsense. Elon Musk does not go to church as he died. Bill Gates does not go to. They don't even believe in God. Some of them that even believe, just believe, okay, there's one God somewhere. That's his business. It is you that missed one Sunday. I remember those days. If I missed church like this, my whole week could be scattered. It is not good. It is evil. And you are being manipulated. And until you can detach yourself from this manipulation, you will be a political tool. Let me explain it to you. Religion winds you up. Your tribal sentiment winds you up. And then you fall into the hands of politicians. Oh, they are so happy to use you. All they need is religion and tribe. That's all. You are a useful tool. Show you here. This horn you're hearing. Church is closing on my. They've been doing this every day for the last 1 week. Today is even good. The other day they were shouting, woo, like primitive animals, shouting and walking up and down, coming from church, disturbing the whole neighborhood. So let me break this down to you. Emotions do not let you see. I'll give you an example of what happened to me on Tuesday. I don't know if you were there with us, Clash of the Supporters, Remy. So Peter Obi's team was winning Star Wars. One guy called Michael from Ashiwaju's team just came and bought like 40,000 stars and took over the whole day. I now had to announce that, I know the prize is whoever wins gets to post anything on my page. Tinubu people, with their mischief, they just came and says, congratulations, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a leader, blah, 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 blah. That's why I carry and put for my page. Wait till I know here. In fact, I'm unfollowing you. The person type and I check. I say you don't unfollow me. I say, people you gonna share. Then one person went there and said, me too. People we know they contribute to the. They are not. If Remy tells me that she's unfollowing me, I will phone her this night. If she tells me I want to go and wear my clothes, I say no need. There's nothing in your body that I've not seen. Oh yes, come. Why are you unfollowing me? That's the first time I will not allow her to wear clothes. Oh yeah, come sit down. You must tell me because she matters to me. Somebody that reads Bible for me, somebody that I talk to, or Ada. But I'm seeing you for the first time, and the first thing you are telling me is you are unfollowing me. And then guess what? Under the caption I wrote that the Freeze does not support Tinubu. Tinubu did not win the debate. All he won was Star Wars. They are still cursing me. So I now said, okay. I now reposted it again, this time posting the words that I said that I'm not supporting Tinubu. Just because they saw congratulations there. Hey, so why is I said as a journalist, I am neutral. I'm supposed to be neutral. It is people like you that are wicked. Why are you neutral? So unless I support Peter Obi, I'm a devil, Abi. I now declared Showore. People want youth and change. Showore is young. Showore is change. I said, no problem. That's my candidate. You are an ethnic this. You went to follow a Yoruba man. I said, okay. I already follow Mogalu. But I no go follow any of those 3 elders. As far as I'm concerned, they are elders. So if you feel that me following Showore, I'm a Yoruba tribalist, okay, I will follow Mogalu. But I just realized that these people don't care about the progress of Nigeria. They've been wound up, they've been energized, they've been charged. Their battery is full of anger. Their battery is full of fear. Their battery is full of all sorts of emotions, guilt, and all of them combined. They are ready. They are weapons. These people are actually weapons in the hands of these politicians. They will get you to do their dirty work without you knowing and without you getting paid for it. The person they are paying to vote is better than you. At least he got a loaf of bread. You are not going to get anything. Let me tell you a story. There was a park, a game reserve. And one day the lions were strolling past the cabin of the hunters, and the hunters were holding a meeting. The hunter said, there are too many lions in this park. The lions are eating too many of the other animals. We have to reduce the population of the lions. The lions heard and quickly gathered animals to do meeting. That's all the animals gathered. The lions say, we hear say hunter won't begin kill animals. They did not lie, did they? Because lion too an animal. But they withheld the information necessary for full understanding and supplied the information necessary for emotional charging. Look at somebody today and tell them, beware of your emotional charger. This is a charger. Right? A charger. Your emotional charger is used to charge your emotions. Beware. When you hear news, investigate properly. Did the hunters really say that? Hunter said that. You know what? We are going to drive the whole hunters out of this cabin. Now, so the whole animals riot, drive the hunter come out. He can't remain them with the lion. That is what these people do. Pastor don't they come out for church. Now, Pastor Cyril, that you will hear him every day. Say you hear. That's the pastor living. You na leg. The people that say, oh, na leg they use the waka. Say they hear pastor. This is how he lives. You they hear him every day. We are live every day at 9:30. That's the pastor living. That whole side is go slow. Pastor don't they go house. Who they chase him? No be man of God him be. Why God no protect him? So beware of emotional chargers. I said I want to support Showore. I said I want to support a young guy. As long as I'm not supporting that person they want to support, I'm an enemy of progress. I said I was neutral. I'm an enemy of progress as long as I'm not supporting Peter Obi. That's not democracy. That is somebody using an emotional charger to charge you up to become a tool in the hands of those who really need you. And trust me, if you're not careful, they're going to use you. They've charged you. They spent the last 1 year charging you, preparing you to go there. And if you don't see that your candidate that you are waiting to win, if he doesn't win, they have charged your anger, they have charged your fear, they have charged your guilt, they have charged all your emotions. So you are a very malleable tool in their hands. Let me break your heart. No Nigerian can solve Nigeria's crisis in 8 years. Where Nigeria don't spoil rich. And let me tell you something. You are blaming the APC. You are blaming the PDP. Have you forgotten that APC and PDP is not composed of Cameroonians and Canadians and Ghanaians and British people? This Labour Party, we end like APC and PDP ended. Just watch. Because now Nigerians did it. And Nigerians will always behave like Nigerians. I told you the story, guys, of the other day. Today I'm more into sharing experiences. My neighbor gave me a gallon of fuel. So I called 2 of my staff to come and help me pour it in my car. So while they were pouring it, I decided to be generous for pouring petrol inside my car. I dashed the 2 of them 5K to go and share. And then I gave them my 2 old car batteries to go and sell. Now, so one of them sold the car batteries for 20K and gave the other guy 1K. These are the people that will come tomorrow and tell you that Tinubu is bad, Buhari is bad, Emefiele is bad. You, normal you and your guy, in fact, you even did less work. But because you senior the guy, I look and say, okay, judge the matter. Can you imagine? Guess what now happened? The next day, I now confronted the guy. Give this guy his money. In fact, I don't even care that you are older. You are sharing this money half-half. Do you know, say this guy cook my food, the food not done. I dashed you money. I dashed you battery. All you did was help me carry jerry can. If I'd given you 1K, I not do bad. I first of all gave you 225. Then I still can't give you battery where you sell for 20K. On top petrol where you pour for me. It pass like that. In your anger, say I tell you, say make you share money equally. You can't cook my food not done. I can't confront you, say why my food not done. You can't begin to rake me. That are the day where you know say we get mopo for estate. Now I just call 2 mopo. I say me they bundle the guy. Now so they carry him like luggage, go through here. Now so I take Sakamo. That gist that I gave you that day, I don't sack the guy now. Small opportunity you had, you showed yourself as Nigerians. And you are blaming Buhari. If this boy was elected president, tell me that he will not be worse than Buhari. Inside 20K, you share your brother 1K, 1K. 4 days later, the boy had to call me. He said, Daddy, freeze. I be your guy. This guy no give me any money inside that. But I say, really, so I can't call meeting. He come begin one long story. Make you hear Mumu story. The guy tell me, say, I asked him why he never given the money. First of all, he said that he sold the battery for 12K. I said, really? Say, but you still people say you get one guy, we sell him for, one buy him for 16K. He say, by the time they took it, that he believed that he had a friend that will sell it higher. So when they took it to his friend, they now tested it. They now realized that the battery was not working, so he now sold it 12K. I say, you must be a complete koala bear. You carry something, go somewhere. The price am lower. Why you collect money? Why you no carry and go back to the person we wants buy am from me for 16K? That one already buy am. You say no, say you no want sell to him. You get another guy. You can't go sell him 12K. So just so that you, of course, did not sell it 12K. Took it to a higher bidder and sold it 20K. So me, I now told him, I said, no problem. You sell him 12K, good. Go collect my battery back. Tell them, say, I no sell battery again. So your guy will give you battery. Say, he no sell battery again. Say, go bring him. Say, we'll give this other guy one buy 16K. So that you can share 8K with this guy. So make I know what he's saying, go give him the money. What is my fault? Can I see how wicked some of these poor people can be? What is my fault? I've already paid you over. How much does somebody deserve? For organizer, we go pump your tire. Now 200 naira they give am. You help me carry keg and pour petrol inside my car. I can't give you two. I gave them 5K to share. Then I just look at them, say, make I even dash or something. Carry these batteries. My former Benz. I used to have a black Benz. I don't know if you ever saw that Benz. I carry that Benz. I carry the battery. 2 of the batteries. Give them, me they go sell. Small opportunity you had. Inside 20K where you sell. You give the guy 1K. Then because I now said, take care of your guy. Give this guy something substantial. You come out of vex, cook my food, done. I can't confront you. You don't even tell me, say, oh, that's sorry, oh. I don't know like that, oh. You can't rake me. Now look and say you must be a compound fool, a complete koala bear. As you just begin the rake, I just keep quiet, just enter my house. Just call my gate, say, I need 2 mopos. Me, I could just give them, how much? Under 5K. They go, they slap you, they go the gate. Then, you will see somebody like that, you say there is police brutality. The police are resetting his brain. How can you sell something 20K and give the person they gave you and him to share 1K? How is Buhari worse than you? Because I now confronted him for my own thing where I give them, oh. No be say they see the thing as they waka for road, they see the thing for floor, they can't share them badly. Now me give them my thing, oh. See, I can't confront them, say make you do the right thing. He can't want punish me. These are the same people that are angry with the government. Why do you think I'm not angry with the government? Because I say I'm sorry. You see, because I'm cold to the emotions, I can genuinely see how wicked people are. So I'm immune to your emotions about how wicked, because I can see you. I don't live with Buhari, I live with you. I see your wickedness. I see your lies. I see your deceit. See person will collect money from me to do carport. 1 month, they pick my call until I trick am, say I get work for am. He come wrong, can't do the work. How is that one better than Buhari? They wind you up to see your leaders as wicked. Meanwhile, nobody wicked reach you. Most of you shouting our leaders are wicked. Some of you now romance scam and take go abroad. Some of you now Yahoo money. But our leaders are bad, our leaders are bad, our leaders are bad. You uncle, how good are you? So here's where I want to end my message. In case you missed the koala bear story, koala bears are some of the dumbest animals on earth. Some of the dumbest mammals. Their brains are very smooth. Let me tell you how dumb a koala bear is. A koala bear eats eucalyptus leaves from the eucalyptus tree. If you poured eucalyptus leaves to fill one whole room and you put a koala bear there, the koala bear will starve, because the koala bear cannot recognize the food if it's not on the tree. So people that want to feed koala bears literally gum the leaves to the trees if they fall off, because that's the only way they can get the koala bear to eat it. If it's on the floor, the koala bear does not recognize it as food. That's how dumb they are. Nigeria is a sanctuary of koala bears walking around, strolling around, going to church regularly, looking for trouble up and down, and never realizing how much they resemble koala bears. Thank you so much, Ada. You look so beautiful. I'm so lucky to have two beautiful girls with gold hair and glasses. Ada, you fine, Shao. I suppose come visit you one of these days.
Daddy, please, when are you coming?
Don't worry, I'm not coming. Remy, you too, you fine. I'm coming to visit you too one of these days.
Sorry, what did you say, dear?
Never mind. I said I'm coming to visit you.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy to host you.
You'll be happy to host me? Yay! Ada, come. Every time I've come to see you, I've never hosted me before.
Because you always park outside. You don't come in.
Please, I enter your house. The story that they will say. Even me coming to pick you up in the office, they will start saying stories.
But I'll be in
Yeah, you know to drink Gary with cold water and peanuts.
Yes.
Okay. Because that's what I will give you when you come.
Abi, thank God, Simply Vic lives in your town. Once you serve the Gary, I'll just tell you, say, let me check on Victor.
Oh, the fish is ready.
The fish is ready. Which fish?
The mommy baked.
Okay, mommy baked the fish.
Yes.
Come and say hi to everybody. I've just finished a class. He came to give me some gist. So tell them what you came to tell me.
Hello.
I came to tell
Hello.
him
How are you?
that the fish was ready.
Which fish?
Catfish.
Your mother baked fish. Are you looking forward to it?
Taste buds, where's my fish?
What do I eat the fish with on a Friday?
Okay, I want fish, yo.
Yeah. Suya.
Suya and what?
Catfish.
Capish?
Catfish.
Catfish.
Yes.
Then what do I drink? What do I drink?
Some Amstel Maltina or Budweiser's.
Some Amstel Maltina.
Or
Amstel Maltina or Budweiser's.
Or Gatorade.
Or Gatorade.
Because you still have one bottle left.
Do you like the Gatorade?
Yeah, the blue one.
The blue one?
Mhm.
What about the orange one?
I haven't tasted it yet.
I gave you the other day when you're not feeling well.
No, it was the blue one you gave me.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, hi, that's Ada.
Hi.
And who is this? You don't know her name?
Buki.
No, not Buki. Guess. You don't know.
No.
Oh yeah, let them see your face very well. Who's your best friend in the whole world?
Mommy.
Is he mommy?
Mom.
Is mommy Abi? Eh? Is mommy Abi?
Boys love their mommy.
Oh yeah, bye.
It's a mommy's boy.
Bye. Bye. Be going. Go and meet your mother and close my door. I'll go have more phones to be able to work with if you go and meet your mother.
Hey.
What is a Bye.
Dear, are you coming tomorrow?
Tomorrow where? I'm coming tomorrow to preach. Today I wanted to talk to us to avoid allowing ourselves to be used as tools in the hands of these politicians. Tomorrow I'm going to come and preach. Sunday, I'm sure there'll be some gist here and there. Ada, I'll call you. We need to talk. There was a time you needed to talk to me. I've not been able to get you since then. So I'm going to call you, okay?
Dear, thank you so much for what you did yesterday.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We raised a total of 3,216,000 naira.
Yeah, so that.
In 24 hours, and I've paid them. So they could not believe it. They could not believe it. Big shout out to Toby Adegboyega, Oluwatobi Loba Adegboyega.
God bless him.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye.
See you guys later. Ada, I'll call you soon.
All right, boss.
Ada.